Welcome to the Living Oneness Gathering. I am your host, Sue Dumais. It's an honor to be here once again with you, sharing this space and supporting each of you to really shift into heart consciousness. We have been programmed to live and breathe and be and do in head consciousness, and it's served us in many ways and didn't serve us in many ways. So, as we shift into heart consciousness, we are making a choice to align with more of our divine essence and to be animated by divinity as opposed to animated by fear or programming or being human in the old way. This is a new way of being human and the rising of the divine human. What that means, how that looks, is a little different for everyone. However, the recipe to get there, the pathway to get there is a little different for each of us. So it's really important to identify and align with your unique recipe to be the divine human that you are. You are already that. And it's a process of lifting the filters of forgetfulness and allowing that knowing to be ignited and expanded within you. So we're awakening something that's already there. It's a dormant seed that was planted long ago, before your even lifetime, this particular lifetime you're in. So your divinity, your potential for your being a divine human, it resides within you already. And to identify what you need when you need it, that's where we follow guidance. That's where the heart leads us and directs us. And we can literally get moment to moment guidance, breadcrumb by breadcrumb. And the heart works in the present moment. The guidance that comes in is all in the present moment. And it's what we need in that moment is given. What we want in that moment from the head is a different story. What we want, what we think we need, what we perceive that we need is in the head. But the knowing in the heart brings exactly what you need precisely when you need it. All experiences. And these experiences can be intense experiences. Sometimes that's what we need to wake up to discover the truth of who we really are and why we're really here. So we don't judge what's on our path, but we can trust that anything that is on our path must be purposeful. Otherwise, it wouldn't be there. So today I want to sink right in. We'll probably end a little bit early. I've got some stuff going on at home that I need to deal with. My dog had surgery on Monday, so he's very needy right now. So he needs a little extra care. So I'm going to shorten this up a little bit, but we are going to go in, go deep, clear what we need to clear, align what we need to align, receive what you need to receive, and then we'll integrate it for the remaining of the day. So I'll invite you to close your eyes and sink in. Begin by taking some deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth with a bit of a sigh. A little falling out breath to anchor you in the present moment. Your breath is a very powerful tool. A lot of people don't use it as much as they could. So my invitation for you is to use your breath in this moment as an anchor. The mind is always looking for something. If you're in the right brain, it can settle and just be. But sometimes it's not that easy. So giving the mind something to focus on provides, it's not really a distraction, but it makes the mind perform a task. So instead of it performing a task of the to-do list and worrying about what's going to happen next week or next month, or dreading or regretting what happened yesterday, playing back something in your mind, instead of just letting the mind go off on its own tangent, creating its own tasks, you give it a task. And focusing on your breath is one of those tasks that can help anchor you in the present moment. It can bring the mind into the present. It can bring you from that linear time, past, present, future, and kind of jumping more future and past into the present and remain present. So even in this moment, I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out. A single focus for the mind can quiet the mind. And it can bring the mind aligned with your heart's presence. And this is where we can start to experience the presence of our essence. As I was saying earlier, your divinity is always present, always there, just quite often buried or placed aside, bypassed, or even kind of sometimes barrel over it. Or sometimes we even mistake it as a problem, because when we start to really tap into and feel the essence of our divinity, sometimes it shows up as a buzzing and more of a fluttery energy, and then our minds interpret that as a problem or anxiety, and the next thing you know, the body is in a panic or worry or concern or fear. The nervous system is very heightened right now. So we're going to invite the nervous system to calm just with your breath, just for this time together, even if it's only temporary. Let's just invite it to come along for the ride. And there's an invitation to shine light. Let's reveal to heal the fear that we have around our personal power, our light, our essence, our potential, our divinity. Sometimes we can have a real strong fear. Sometimes we can have some resistance. Sometimes we can have some worry, some concern. So let's invite that energy to come into the light. Let's shine the light of awareness on it. And sometimes when we shine the light of awareness on something that is under that umbrella of fear, it can feel a little bit more intense when we bring our focus toward it. But that's a good thing, because what we're doing is really bringing it to the point where we can actually feel, sense, and perhaps even gain an understanding of it. We're not looking or seeking an understanding, because that's what the mind likes to do. We are open, curious, in the space of wonderment. We can try on the energy of amusement and fascination. All of these energies and emotional states can allow us to really explore it from more of a place of adventure, mystery. We become an explorer, exploring all of the energies within and around us. And we can do that without judgment. The invitation, at least, is to do it without judgment. And if you find yourself judging, just lift the judgment out and forgive it over. I forgive this judgment over. I do not wish to hold this judgment. My intention is to practice non-judgment, no judgment. So you offer it over, you release it, you let it be that balloon that floats away. Or you see it as just a thought of distraction going by and you don't give it any energy. You don't get hooked by it. You don't take the bait. You just let it come and let it go. And you're neutral about it. Neutrality can foster peace, inner peace and outer peace. One is not conditional to the other. We can have inner peace when there's outer chaos. Take some more deep breaths, letting that fear or resistance, in whatever form it's coming, to just be. You could even stir it into your heart and just let it be in the heart space. Let it be there to be witnessed, to be honored, to be accepted. And then set an intention to reveal, to heal any and all resistance or fear around your power, your potential, your essence, your divinity. And then opening up to receive the breadcrumbs, to be open to receive the signposts, the signals from your divine self, informing your human self. Which way to go, when to go, how to go, when to move, when to be still, when to speak, when to be silent. My intention is to meet you in your humanness and remind you of your divinity. That is why I'm here. To remind you that you are way more than you realize and way more than you've been programmed to believe. Your divine power and your divine potential is limitless, boundless, eternal. At the same time, your soul wrote a script for your life. And your soul script has points of experiences, moments, forks in the road, specific experiences that you agreed or that you actually programmed and written into your script so that you could learn a specific lesson or to have an experience that would support the evolution and remembrance Yes, we are all evolving. Mother Earth is evolving. All of creation is evolving. That is nature. That is the nature of creation. But there are ways in our soul script that we can inform ourselves. We can inform that human aspect of ourselves that is forgotten. We can place symbols of remembrance. But if we're busy doing, trying, efforting, looking, searching, seeking, we can miss those symbols of remembrance, those reminders of our divinity, or those signposts pointing us in the direction that we're meant to go now. How would it feel for you to know which way to go, when, and how? How would it feel to have clear directions moment to moment? Where eventually the directions and the action blend into one, and it just becomes this informed, inspired action. The knowing comes in and the movement happens. A divine union between being and doing, and knowing and moving, or even knowing and stillness. Because stillness itself is movement, sometimes even more powerful movement than physical action. When stillness moves and silence speaks, that is when you're really attuned to your divine essence. And there's no longer a gap between a thought and action. It becomes one, a knowing and a movement. But we've been so programmed to stay busy that even when we're not moving our physical body, our minds are moving. Now, the minds have slowed down. The speed has slowed down compared to before. It's almost a forced slowing down. And if we don't get the message, then kind of hit the brick wall and we're forced to slow down. So there's a whisper right now, or there's a strong encouragement or a strong call to be still and know, to be still and hear, to be still and feel, to be still and connect. Breathe, soften. Let the stillness move within and around you. Let it inform you and inform yourselves, your body, your mind, your beingness, your energy field, all of it. This movement, this essence is your divinity. You are one with it. Always have been, always will be. But the filters of forgetfulness, and some of those filters have been programmed by you. Those filters of forgetfulness are now meant to be lifted. Perhaps one at a time, perhaps all at once. There's no forcing here, just a willingness, a leaning into, an opening, a curiosity, a wonderment. Be the adventurer, be the explorer. Feeling the expansion. Feeling, honoring, nurturing the connection. And in that being, we are being present with this moment. So that we can be in the doing. Whether the doing is movement or whether the doing is stillness, or whether the doing is action or non-action, speaking or not speaking. Being comes first. We are humans being in the doing. We are divine humans being in the doing. And when we are guided and really follow the directions from the heart, we let heart consciousness lead the way in every moment. We are contributing in the most profound and divine ways in service to you in your life and all of creation. This is where we can all really be of service at the highest level. And that service for one will look different than what service is for another. Service for one might be enjoying life and sitting by the lake, reading a book, and just feeling content or joy in the heart. The service for another may be writing a book or doing a podcast, doing a video, building a business, being an advocate or voice for those that have no voice. The part you're meant to play will be different than everyone else's part. But everybody's part, every single one of us, our part is essential. So then the invitation is reveal to heal any and all resistance to me playing my part. Those are words you can repeat. Reveal to heal any and all resistance to me playing my part, the part that I'm meant to play, the part that I'm here to play at this moment. Reveal to heal any fears or resistance to allowing my divine spark to not only ignite and activate within me, but to expand and shine even brighter than ever before. If I'm to do nothing, let me do nothing with grace, with ease, with purpose, with peace. And if I'm to do something, let me be in the doing. Let my divinity animate me in the doing, where I can be a loving presence, a peaceful presence, a nurturing presence, compassionate, whatever's needed. Let me be. Let me let it be. Let me be the true me, the divine me that's here, that has a strong, clear purpose and intention. And anytime you feel anxious or fluttering energy, breathe into it. Breathe that anticipation into excitement. Breathe that fear or worry into anticipation and then into excitement. Or at least a peaceful acceptance, a willingness. Because some of you have signed up for some challenging parts, some challenging roles. And for some of you, your roles may feel a little bit easier. But I need you to understand that all roles are equally essential. And if there's something challenging on your path, a challenging role, a challenging divine assignment, that's because you put it there. Your soul decided and wrote it into your soul script. So what if you didn't resist it? What if you leaned into it, said yes to it? Take some deep breaths. My invitation for you as you go through this next week is to find those moments of stillness. Feel the energy moving in the stillness. And let the energy inform your body, inform your heart, your soul, your mind. Let your divinity expand. You don't need to be feeling around in the dark and trying to figure things out in our humanness anymore, because we have a divine guide within us that will lead us and direct us in every single moment with every single decision, no matter how big, no matter how small. And that divine guide is leading and directing you based on what you need in that moment, and takes into account, is orchestrating as well on behalf of all of creation. So everything that comes through you is for you and for all. It's serving you and serving all. We are no longer moving towards selfless service. This is self-fulfilled service. Where we get to enjoy, we get to experience, and have reverence for all of creation. But that begins with first having reverence for the creation that is you. The miracle that is you. The divine expression of source that is you. And declare now, yes, thank you, I am willing. Yes, thank you, I am ready. Yes, thank you, I am. Yes, thank you, I am. And as you feel that energy moving through you, as you, for you, blend with it, become one with it. Remember your oneness with it. Foster your oneness with it. Nurture your connection. We can nurture the relationship between our divinity and our humanness until it becomes one, a divine union. You become the divine human. And then you really begin to turn on and flip the switch in some of your more creative and mind-blowing intuitive gifts. But those switches are flipped in a way that there may be a moment of adapting or acclimatizing. But there's a stronger readiness, a profound willingness, and our capacity expands and grows and continues to evolve. And just when we feel like we've gotten to the edge of our potential, the boundary expands, the edge dissolves or moves. Then we get to expand even more and even more and even more until the moment we realize we are boundless, eternal, limitless, fully embodying our divine essence. Feeling crystal clear on every level, in every way. Take a deep breath. Bring this essence, this connection, this union. Bring it into your heart, your body, the room you're in, the space you're occupying. You are not separate from it. You are one. One with your source, one with your divinity. A divine marriage of your humanness and your divine essence. Feel the energy of yes and gratitude. Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you. As you slowly allow your eyes to open with a soft gaze down, recognize that you can bring it and hold steady with it into every moment. Because that moment is you and you are that moment. That essence is you and you are that essence. Take one more deep breath. Let your eyes open a little bit more. And just know that you can come back to this experience to be reminded, to land in deeper and deeper, to practice until you just are there. There is no practice needed anymore. You've embodied it, embraced it fully, deeply, integrated it into all of your beingness. And the mind lets go, and the heart takes the lead. Sometimes you don't even really know how you got there, but you can celebrate the experience and the feeling and the integration. So as you take a moment, some of you may feel inspired to share in the chat how you're feeling. maybe there's a word or words or a sentence that can capture your experience or how you feel now. If you're not guided to do that, don't go there. Trust your heart. If you're meant to share, you'll share. If you're meant to marinate and feel that feeling and stay with that experience, then stay with it. As we move through the rest of April, there's a really strong call to go within, to realize that the answers within will provide you with clarity on the outside, but to hold steady in the heart space. Lead with the heart as much as you can. Be guided from within. Let your divinity guide you in your humanness. Whatever words you need. What would my heart lead me in to do right now? What would my heart say? What is my heart guiding me in this moment? That's where we're heading. That's where we are. That's your practice. That's the invitation to answer that call, to go within. I thank you for sharing your comments. I will read your comments after as well. I appreciate you all being here. I'm going to end here so I can go take care of my little Link and see how he's doing. He's a little healer, and sometimes he absorbs some energy, and he had some stuff absorbed into his body, and he had to have some stones removed from his bladder. So he's this little chihuahua, and he's like walking all hunched because he's uncomfortable. He can't quite figure out what's happening. So I'm going to do some healing for him and hands-on healing and stuff. So today is his day to receive. I've got some space for him. So thank you all for being here. I appreciate you. I honor you. I see you. And until next week, love and blessings.